we have a very exciting program. The program continues today. We move on to bigger and better things. Much like the Big Orange Boys lawyers, who happen to have made quite the mess, guys. And by Big Orange Boy, I do mean our former president. Guys, let's not forget, a couple years ago, that was a real storyline within this country's story. It was a very interesting time. There is controversy every day. Well, to be fair, that's still continuing because we do live in the United States. So another week in the U.S. means we have more news coming from the never-ending horror story known as the Trump presidency. Lawyers who assisted in efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election describe an appeal to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas as key to their chances of success. An email exchange from December 31st, just in time for the holiday season, from 2020, shows the lawyers discussing ways to delay the certification of results in Georgia, which was a closely contested state won by Joe Biden. One lawyer, Kenneth Cheesebro, which, I mean, to be fair, that is a terrible name, and I probably mispronounced it. So I'm not sorry, Kenneth. What a stupid name. He suggested that appeal to Thomas as the justice who handles emergency appeals from Georgia could end up being the key there, as previously mentioned. And then he went on to say, we want to frame things so that Thomas could be the one to issue some sort of stay or other circuit justice opinion saying Georgia is in legitimate doubt. Realistically, our only chance to get a favorable judicial opinion by January 6th, which that's an interesting time, which might hold up the Georgia count in Congress, is from Thomas. Another lawyer, John Eastman, responded that he was in agreement, saying if Thomas were to act, quote, that may be enough to kick Georgia legislature into gear because I've been getting a lot of calls from them indicating that they're leaning that way. In the end, the Supreme Court wound up rejecting multiple Republican requests to intervene in the election and undo the results. Isn't that great, guys? We just listened to some Christmas music and went back to our favorite storyline of the year, Donald Trump stuff, guys. What
you gave me like a minute of serotonin and then like just stole it. You're the Grinch.
Why? Why did you steal?
You stole my serotonin since you started playing Christmas music.
What did I do wrong?
Mr. Grinch.
I did nothing wrong today.
I don't know about that.
You know who else said that? Boy.
What happened on January 6th was an act. No. Okay, guys, let's get into this story before we get into some very dangerous waters. So this is very interesting, and I feel like this confirms the confirmation that everyone thought that indeed there was no election to be stolen, and more importantly, that somehow, no matter what happens, nothing is going to happen with Donald Trump. I mean, at this point, we have so much information about the man, and it's been a great TV ratings boost. It's been a great entertainment ride. But at the end of the day, it seems to me like we're about like 2 years into the investigations or so. Nothing will happen. Nothing will continue to happen. And we are going to have this revolving door of stories where it just gets worse and worse. And at some point, it's probably going to say, at one point, Donald Trump set up a ladder, climbed up the ladder, put a baby on a table, and then elbow drop the baby through the table, and then no one's gonna care, because this is the type of things that happen within this country. He can do anything, he could say anything, and nothing will happen. This is all meaningless. I just sad. JT, do you have any hope?
Not at all.
No.
I'm kind of sick.
Wait, guys, the holiday season.
No.
Hope is on pillows everywhere. It says hope.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know
We're
what?
not suburban moms, okay?
Says you, Lana.
What is that supposed to mean? Just because she's white, she's
I'd like
suburban?
to announce
She's from
I am
Texas.
now a suburban mother.
Hey.
Well, you live in Sussex County now, Lana. This could be you. You could put a nice
No.
hope pillow,
Aw.
warm up the fire,
Shop at Hallmark.
get the
for
nice socks.
No.
Hallmark,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Get the
be
live,
trying to
laugh,
survive
love pictures.
on Mountain Creek instead. Thank you.
Mountain Creek.
She'll have the little
Have
the
you
little
not ever been to
ceramics.
Mountain Creek?
See, that seems like a lot of things that I'm not interested in. No, Mountain Creek. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds
It's a
made up.
ski
It sounds like a
resort.
fairy tale. See, that's the thing. I don't know if you know this, Lana. I don't like the snow. I'm not gonna purposely ski on some snow. I'm good.
I don't like the
You want to
snow
put me on a
either.
beach somewhere, enjoy the nice weather? Got you.
No, you're scared.
I'm not trying to snowboard or ski. I can't even ride a bike, JT. This seems like things that I'm not good at. Why would I put myself through that?
Can't either, but I'd still like to try.
You ride a horse, though.
So
See, that's kind of like
that's not the same
edgy.
thing.
Anyway, we're going off track here. We're going back to the story.
Yeah, let's do that.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas was seen as a key. What does that say to you about our Supreme Justices at this point? If that is considered, if we really get one of them on our side, we might have a chance, guys. JT, what do you
Not
think?
surprised.
Not surprised.
He is up there with Kanye and Candace Owens.
I think you mispronounced her name.
No,
Is it something else?
No. Don't tempt me.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
What a time, what a time.
Yeah.
He is up there with Mr. Ruckus and Fed Company.
There's an interesting top 5 of people right there. Lana, what do you think about this situation? Because you've been on the bus for quite some time, and we've been kind of covering these stories relating to our former president. And it seems like we just have another update on confirmation of the absolute garbage of a human being that he is.
Yes. He's can get away with anything, and it sucks that that's how it works because it's not right. You have people doing such like minor offenses and getting lifetime sentences, and then this man does what he does and gets like a slap on the wrist and told to bad, don't do that again. And he's like, okay, and does it again anyway.
He doesn't even get the bad, don't do that again. He goes, oh, what are we gonna do? He's like my mom when she gets
No, you know what happens? It's like, you know how you see some crazy stuff like if you're walking in New York, you're like, oh man, that's crazy. And then you walk away. That's kind of what happens.
You won't even do the oh man, that's crazy. You do like the one look and then I didn't see that.
No, like the crazy like homeless person that's just kind of
I have
saying
stories
things.
of what I've seen in New
That's
York,
what I
and
would
I don't even
compare.
think I can repeat them on air.
Probably not.
And I've looked at it
it's-
and then I didn't. And then the last time I was there, I was with Joe Virgo. We saw some wild something happening outside of Penn Station. And he goes, JTGG. I'm like, nope.
Nope.
He
You
goes,
just pretend like you don't see
Wait,
it.
was that when I was with you guys?
no, that was the second time.
Oh,
And he goes, but wait. I'm like, nope. We didn't see nothing.
Nothing at all.
Mm-mm.
Hey guys, very quickly. I don't know if you know this, but apparently Mountain Creek isn't just a wintertime thing.
no, it's not.
Oh.
It's also a water park in the summer.
Yeah, and apparently a fun hike in the summer as well.
Mountain
according to,
Creek sounds
development.
like a fictional Hallmark location.
No,
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like the concept of a movie,
Okay,
and then it's like the farmer guy and the girl that used to be a lawyer in New York, and then it's like they get trapped inside this room because it's a winter storm. They're like, "I hate you," and then suddenly they get to know each other. Like, we're not that different at all. And then it's like, "Oh man, I think I'm in love with you," and then they, that thing
Look,
happens.
okay.
Wait, very quickly though, I've never seen Amina get more excited than the concept of this idea.
That's a movie.
I have
To
comments
answer
to make.
the question of our general manager Annabelle, yes, it is the grounds of Action Park and is still owned by the
is
family.
That sounds
family that-
wrong. That sounds like it's like a
Okay.
burial ground where people have died.
Yeah, actually 6 people did die.
It just anytime it just
Jake
sounds
Paul?
built upon. Oh, oh no!
People did die there.
See,
Um,
a burial ground.
Like the most dangerous, like
See
water
that
park
I'm
in-
never skiing if there's a possibility of ghosts, Lana. That's my one rule. Sorry about it.
Look,
That's just how it is. It is what it is.
It's the 80s spot to go if you survive.
In the 80s, you weren't even alive.
No, but
Annabella says it was a park of lawsuits.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
it's also called class action park.
See,
that's a better name.
I'm not getting involved with this, Lana. You see, you talked me out of it, and I wasn't even into it. Good Lord. Well, as we
Aw.
enter the cold,
You know, that was
thick
good.
air, residents across the state are bundling up and turning their heaters to an all-time high, which means more expensive bills. But some New Jersey residents will get $336 million worth of assistance in paying these bills from the federal government. The White House announced yesterday that New Jersey will receive $153.3 million for a low-income home energy assistance program to help pay winter heating bills and $183.1 million in rebates for homeowners buying energy efficient appliances, making their buildings more energy efficient. More than half of the funding will come from President Joe Biden's climate change and healthcare law, and the rest will be from bipartisan infrastructure law. The current application period for the program began October 1st and is open until June 30th, 2023. And the program is limited to those. Oh, God, I'm saying program.
Yeah,
Who
I was
am I? Oh,
Program.
God.
Oh, grandma.
No, man. Who corrected those to those who make 60% of the state median income? This is disgraceful. For a family of 4, the limit is $79,944 a year. For an individual, it's $41,568. Eligible residents must pay their own heating bills either directly or to a utility company or to a landlord as part of their rent. The rebate program is designed to help make is designed to help make homes and appliances more energy efficient. Individual households could get as much as $2,000 to make improvements to their dwellings that reduce energy use by at least 20%, and $4,000 if they save at least 35%. The rebates double for low and moderate income homes. Owners of apartments buildings could receive up to $400,000. Now, for the household installing energy efficient appliances such as heat pumps, stoves, and clothes dryers could get up to $14,000 in rebates. They will cover the entire cost for household making no more than 80% of the area median income and 50% for those earning 80% to 150%. Now, a lot of percentages, a lot of dollars, and a lot of programs which are supposed to say programs. I don't know who did it, but you should be fired.
I think we
Thank
could
you.
actually figure out who did it.
Nah, we don't need to go that far. Honestly, it probably was me. Because last night was a very interesting night. Now, this is a very interesting thing, and I'm glad that people of low income are able to have this kind of program and help offset the increasing prices of literally everything. So a little goes a long way, and this seems to be a little bit more than a little. So I think that's really nice.
It's really nice.
JT, what do you think about this program going on? Program.
The expensive bills part, no me gusta.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Yeah, I know, right? I know a lot of people love bills so much, but I, for one, hate them. I think they're stupid, and anybody who likes bills, actually, all jokes aside, there actually are some people who get a little superiority rush paying bills. That is a thing.
Seriously?
Yeah, you run into some crazy people. Anyway, nonetheless, we're not here to talk about those people. We're here to talk about these people who will benefit at least from the good that this program will do. With these upcoming winter months, it's very unpredictable. It's already brick, and we've barely entered November. It was brick the first week of October. I walked down in those 40 degrees before October even hit, so I can only imagine what these winter months are going to look like. So, in all honesty, even if, heating bills is a little more expensive, we might need a little bit of it, because I spent last winter with no heat, and that was not fun, and that was a pretty tame winter. So I can only imagine what we're doing. Thank you. Yes, sweet.
Bundling up season, as they say,
Oh,
JT. Yes, sir. Get a couple blankets.
A lot of
I like how that's sometimes people's solution to things is you're cold, just get a blanket. Be like, you don't think I thought of that already? It's the most wonderful time of the year, which means we're getting a sequel to a Christmas classic, everybody. Almost 40 years after the original release, HBO Max has dropped the official trailer of A Christmas Story Christmas, which is a sequel to the holiday classic that airs for 24 hours straight on Christmas Day. In the movie, we will see the return of original star Peter Billingsley as Ralphie Parker, no accent in the movie, along with other cast members from the original movie. Now, 51-year-old Ralphie is attempting to reconnect with his inner child and reconcile with the death of his father by returning to the famous Cleveland street with his brand new family that he bought online. Just kidding. That is not part of the movie. Ralphie, hey guys, we're gonna go past that. Ralphie and friends attempt to bring the magic of Christmas this time for their families. The upcoming release is set in the 70s, given that the 1983 film was set in the 40s. Now, Clay Caddis, the Christmas Chronicles director, is now directing, and is the executive producer is Nick Schneck. The film is being produced, obviously, through Warner Brothers and a bunch of other people. And A Christmas Story Christmas will separate from a previous Christmas Story sequel, which might be one of the worst movies I've ever not finished. Like, I saw 10 minutes and I was like, you know what? I think this should be burned. Such as the 1994 It Runs in Your Family, or I didn't know there was a TV show. There's also a musical, which I'm sure JT thought was amazing, but most people thought it was terrible.
I never heard of that.
Good. That shouldn't exist either. That was also terrible. Well, okay, very quickly though, as we get into the season that is the holiday season, Christmas movies are going to be airing on pretty much every channel. So I'm curious to know, what are some of your guys' favorite holiday movies? And before we get into that, what do we think of A Christmas Story? Are we fans of that one?
I like it.
It's a good movie.
All right. JT, you like it?
Yeah.
Campbell, you like it?
It's on at my relative's house for Christmas Eve, so I enjoy watching.
So you
Christmas
enjoy it.
Story.
Okay. Amina, you a fan of A Christmas Story?
I am.
Okay. All right. I enjoy it too. I gotta say, I think it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I just think it's a classic. Shout out to them. Now, very quickly, favorite holiday movies. We'll start with Lana, our film expert. I don't even like. Oh, you actually probably don't have one. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm guessing. That seems like a Lana answer.
That's not. I don't consider that a Christmas movie.
I don't either.
That's like more of a
It's
Halloween.
both.
movie.
It's
Yeah.
both.
It can be,
It's a
man.
bad-
It
that
just
is-
can't.
Like,
I'll let it slide for Lana because I don't think she has any other options. So I'll let it strictly for Lana only. That is a Christmas movie. JT, what do you got one?
I gotta go. My top three. Coming in three is the Santa Claus was Tim Allen. Coming in two is Home Alone, and coming in one is Krampus.
The new Krampus movie?
Yeah.
That is seriously your favorite holiday movie?
If you know me, you can think
That's
of why.
not.
I get it. You're a horror film guy. How did that end up on anyone's top three?
I think I watched it for the first time in 8th grade, and I loved it.
That movie's a mess. That movie is a whole
It's
hour and a half of pure mess.
it's just chaotic. It's the 2015 one we're referring to.
Yeah, the
it's-
one where the daughter just like walks out of the house in the middle of a winter storm and they're like, well, teenagers will be teenagers.
It's just chaotic beauty.
No,
And
you cannot say beauty on that one, man.
I have to.
Oh,
I have to. I've rewatched that film so many times. I was this close to buying an animatronic of Krampus
You
to sit
would.
outside of my house.
you honestly, that'd be a lot better than that Chucky doll that's inside the office right now. That thing's disturbing. Ugh. Anyways, Campbell, what's your favorite holiday movie?
My top three. My number three is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Number two is Jingle All the Way, and number one is Home Alone 2: Lost in New York.
Okay. I don't have beef with anyone's answers, probably except for Lana's, but I mean, it is what it is. Amina,
Nightmare Before Christmas comes as 4, by the way. So
that doesn't count for you. That doesn't count. It's only for Lana. The
Ooh.
rules are the rules. Amina, favorite holiday movie?
Mine's similar to Campbell's. I like Home Alone, National Lampoon, and I know everybody doesn't like it, but I like the Polar Express.
I like.
I mean,
Christmas
cute.
Express.
I mean, it's certainly a
That's like my
cartoon.
four.
It's definitely a cartoon. I know that for sure. And that's all I got
Have
on
you
Polar
never
Express.
seen it?
I saw it, and I gotta say, it was just like it didn't like some Christmas movies make you feel good inside. I felt a little uncomfortable by the Polar Express.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't know how to describe it. Just as I was watching, I was like, why does this make me feel weird?
The animation is a little odd.
That's what like
Yeah,
the
it
animation's
is.
kind of like hard to look at to me. That's what I would say.
I just like the songs.
Isaiah, do you want an actual Christmas movie out of me?
You actually have one?
Yeah,
Wow. Go ahead.
I like the Peanuts Christmas movie.
Are you
I-
60 plus? A Christmas?
Annabella says she can't believe nobody named Elf. Elf comes in number 5. I have a top.
You know what?
Elf.
I might have to switch.
Yeah.
I might have
Okay.
to switch now because I forgot about Elf.
Mike was in my apartment last night, and I was watching the Boondocks. I left to pick up my friend, and I came back, and he switched it from the Boondocks to Elf. And
That's hilarious.
he was like, "I might change it." I'm like, "Okay, just don't put on no nonsense." And I fully expected to come walking into anime or some idiocracy,
You
but
got
no,
beef
it
with
was
anime?
it was Elf, and I was like, you know what?
That's not
Okay,
too bad.
we can
I
watch
think
that.
my top 3, I think Christmas Story for me will be number 1. I really do like Home Alone, so maybe I'll put that at number 2. And maybe even Home Alone 2 at number 3. I think the Home Alones are like the quintessential
Home Alone is
holiday
adorable.
movies. Like there's nothing, I mean, there's a lot of loopholes, I feel like, in that movie. They probably could have died, the intruders, at many of times, and that little child is definitely a psychotic human being. But that is a discussion for another day. I think it's funny. There's this video online that like someone teamed up with a doctor to analyze the movie, at which point someone either like broke a bone or probably should have died. And apparently like they should have died like 37 times within that movie. So there you go. That's an update on that one. But I would say that's a top 3. And I think Elf would probably be 4 or 5. I really do like Elf. I think it's a classic. And yeah.
See, I have a controversial.
I hate Elf.
I don't like it.
I think a lot of people have come out to say that Elf is yeah.
I just Buddy annoys me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean Buddy's kind of an idiot. If
Our
we could
Buddy.
say it.
Yeah.
In the most lovable way possible, your buddy.
How am I Buddy?
Oh my
You
gosh.
won't lock your doors, Lana. That honestly, that is the only way I can compare you to Buddy, is the fact that you refuse to lock your doors.
I'm
And I
not
hope you lock that. That should not be an actual statement. You should just be better, not getting better, Lana. Lock it, please. Ugh.
Look, okay, I locked the bathroom door.
Oh wow, congrats. How do you remember the bathroom door but not the actual door to your
I don't
dorm?
know, and my mom gets really mad at me.
As she should.
Mhm.
Why don't we talk about apparently blackface in 2022?
Oh yeah. Once again, not surprised. A little throwback to what could have been hour one, but
Ooh,
hour
very
two just
quickly.
goes-
This is 100% the L of the day.
Oh yeah, 100%. I talked about this on my show yesterday, Identity Crisis. Please listen at 12 if you want. Cedar City Police are working to identify 3 teens who were involved in a verbal confrontation at a Walmart on Halloween wearing blackface and black and white striped prisoner costumes. A video of the confrontation, which initially appeared on TikTok and since went viral on a variety of social media platforms, has triggered widespread outrage and condemnation. The footage depicts 3 teens wearing blackface along with a young woman outfitted in a police costume, all of whom were scolded for being racist by the person filming who was off camera. Wearing blackface, if you don't know, is racist and dehumanizing. This is the practice of using makeup to imitate the appearance of a black person, dates back to the 1800s, the early 17th century, when minstrel show performers began darkening their faces to create bigoted caricatures of black people. The police department sergeant Justin Ludlow said that even if the user are identified, it's not clear that they will be arrested or charged with the crime. In the video, the person filming can be heard saying, "You guys are never going to get into college. You guys are never going to get any scholarships because this is a hate crime." The teens then could be seen smirking and laughing as they seem to dismiss the person's comments. One of them saying, quote, "We all dropped out of high school. It's okay."
That doesn't make it okay.
Oh man. Oh man. I don't know if you guys saw the video,
Yeah,
but
I saw it.
that was one of the most disturbing videos I've seen in quite some time. And I've seen a lot of crazy things on the internet. But the fact that you had a whole group of Utah teenagers pretty much all in agreement that this was an okay plan at a Walmart to do was it makes you concerned about what the youth is doing these days. Wow, I sound like a 45-year-old man right now.
Once again,
But
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised considering the state, but it's just disappointing to see that we are in 2022. And it seems like some areas of our country have still not evolved as human beings as they continue to do idiotic things like this and hurtful things like this because it's just unacceptable.
It really is upsetting. I haven't seen this video exactly, but I saw a post that was kind of like this where somebody actually dressed up as Hitler for Halloween.
Oh man.
I saw that video and I almost like puked.
So yeah, it's awful that this is still happening in 2022.
I just don't understand why people just don't use their minds a little bit from time to time. I think that's an okay thing to do.
Because
Listen,
America-
sometimes I do
stupid.
some crazy things. I say a lot of interesting things on this show or in life, but I remember that there's certain things that you can't do or say, and that these are certainly some of those things. And this is a very disturbing time.
I just don't understand, like, like, of course I would blame I obviously blame these teenagers, but like also blame like, their parental supervision that and their parents for allowing them to do this or whatnot. So, but like, I think it's so idiotic that this stuff happens, and these kids, they think it's funny. It's not. It's idiotic, and like Lana said with that video with the guy dressed up as literally a German soldier from World War II, literally a Nazi soldier, and no one did anything. Literally, they all just looked at the guy, and I mean, honestly, like if I was in that bar, I would have really said something.
Yeah, I mean, this is this Halloween season. I saw a lot of weird costumes, like babies dressed up as
Well,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, yeah, and
Someone was
that's
like
just
pretending to be the attacker for Nancy Pelosi's husband, and that person actually happens to be running for superintendent somewhere, I believe, in New Jersey.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
Nancy.
yeah, that guy. So I mean, it's a mess, man. And people
saw
are not using
somebody-
their brains.
I saw somebody give their baby a BBL costume.
I saw that too. Listen, sometimes you gotta question society as they do.
Society
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna let you in a little secret. There are some costumes that are manufactured by Spirit that are so who approved this that the stores themselves refused to put them out on the floor.
As they should.
One
Someone
of
was able
which
to use
I,
their
s-
brain.
I saw a whole box in the stock room and it was marked in all bold on every corner of the box. Do not put on the floor. It was closed. But me being curious and nosy, I was like, now what is in this box? So I opened it. Well, you know the for lack of a better term, suggestive police officer costumes for,
Yeah.
adult women. Well, it was one of those, but for children.
On that note,
What?
Spirit, once again, I've never trusted a Spirit Halloween. What in the world is going on? News furniture giant IKEA has sent a solo indie developer a cease and desist letter?
Huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Ooh.
So, the Swedish meatball making store demanded he make changes to his unreleased survival horror game set in an IKEA like furniture store. Lawyers representing IKEA are claiming that the game commits trademark infringement because some of the press outlets have drawn comparisons between their official brand and the game. The Swedish firm have given developer Jacob Shaw 10 days to change the game and remove all IKEA products associated with the famous IKEA store. The store is closed is an unreleased co-op survival game that is in the final week of a successful Kickstarter campaign that raised a lot of money, guys, almost $50,000. The game describes itself as being set in an infinite furniture store. Who is funding that? IKEA lawyers listed the infringing aspects of Shaw's game. Quotes, your game uses a blue and yellow sign with Scandinavian name on the store, a blue box-like building, yellow vertical stripe identical to those worn by IKEA personnel, a gray path on the floor, furniture that looks like IKEA furniture, and product signage that looks like IKEA signage. All forging immediately suggests that the game takes place in an IKEA store. Given that IKEA makes a casual $25.4 billion last year, Jacob has no choice to comply and make changes to his indie game. Man.
Well, he messed up.
Are you on the side of IKEA right now?
Well, I mean, if it's
Are you going to defend the Swedish meatball freaks?
I've only been to that store once.
Did you like it? No.
I do not like furniture stores unless
Oh.
I am tempted to just plop on a couch or a bed.
So you don't like home decor, is what you're saying?
No,
Nah, not a big. The strategy is
No.
please, no,
not
I
a fan.
hate it.
But if it's copyright infringement, then and what you just read sounds like it's IKEA-esque. and
Yeah,
it's-
you know.
this guy's in trouble.
I mean, he's gonna have to comply. It is what it is. But is it a little bit petty from IKEA? I think so.
It's petty.
It's very petty. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
an indie game,
They make a ton of money.
It's like
Yeah.
a
It's like-
sponsor if they wanted.
I feel
right?
this is not a hot. This is a hot take, but it's really a realistic one. IKEA is very overrated.
Really, because our fearless leader Annabella would say otherwise. Big fan of IKEA.
She loves
So, with that being said, Campbell, we're gonna have to let you go. It's been a great ride. Bye, Campbell.
I still
Now,
got,
I've
I still got
actually-
8 minutes.
Yeah, right. I've never been to an IKEA. One day I'll go, but I
My
do like a furniture store from time to time, and I think the concept of a horror game in a furniture store is definitely unique. I imagine, and
I like that.
yeah, I kind of like the idea, and I wish
The last
I wish
time-
IKEA wasn't too petty.
The last time I was in an IKEA, it was last
96.
year. Yeah, no,
No.
actually, yeah.
Yeah,
But it was
none of us
last
were alive
year.
then.
We were celebrating our co-producer Laura's birthday, and we Kenny sent me and Cam a giant shark and said, "This is what Laura wants for her birthday." And the only place we could find said shark was in an IKEA.
An IKEA?
Yeah,
A
in
whole
the kids
shark?
section. Yeah, there was like a giant, almost life-size
You guys
shark
are weird.
plushie. And Kenny sent it to us. It was like, it's in IKEA. And me and Cam were like, okay, let's go to IKEA. And I don't think I've ever been in an IKEA before that because I was not expecting that store to look like that. And I walked in and I was like, what is this?
Hmm.
Did you get
It's
any meatballs?
fun.
It is
Huh?
fun. You know what, guys? I think we need to have a representative from IKEA herself. Why do you like IKEA so much, Miss Annabella?
I love the simplistic furniture. It's kind of like very chic and affordable, right? So I know that like it's not a popular thought, but it's just like clean lines and not gaudy stuff, affordable again. you can get like a whole kitchen set for like way less than you will get one cabinet at a cabinet store. So the other thing is, if you are a brand new kid like me in New York City, paying for everything on your own, I could go and get stuff like to stock my kitchen, plates and stuff like that for a little bit less than you would if you go to like, I don't know, say Williams Sonoma.
So it's the Sam's Club of furniture.
Right. No, and also it's fun. Like you get lost. It's kind of like a labyrinth. Unless you know what you're doing, there should be an IKEA movie like Tom Hanks where you're stuck in the IKEA. You know what I mean?
A horror movie version.
Possibly,
Yeah.
but also like everything you need is there, except that the kitchens do not really work. Yeah. So also, if you go there as often and you are a friend of IKEA, whatever they call their loyalty program, uh, it's you get like
Why are you
something
aiding and
that
abetting?
looks like coffee and stuff, and it's like not bad. And the meatballs, by the way, they're delicious. So sorry, like and that guy,
Campbell, take that.
yeah, Campbell. What are you into? Now tell me that you're in some sort of gaudy, like Real Housewives of New Jersey kind of furniture store. My God.
Wow.
No, Campbell apparently hates furniture. Absolutely hates it all. You know, guys, I think at some point, morning bus trip to IKEA as we stock someone's random apartment. What a great idea, guys. Let's do it.
That sounds like a fun time.
You know what's also fun?
What?
Apparently Harry Potter, guys. JT,
Yeah.
we have our next story.
It's like you knew.
Shout out to Harry Potter fans, right? You have to scroll faster. Good lord.
Simmer
Leave us 2 stories down. Just scroll.
It should be the next story. but
You're a
anyway,
slacker.
The
You're a
National Trust.
slacker.
Anyway,
Mm-mm-mm.
the National Trust Simmer will allow a shrine to Dobby the House of
Dobby.
to remain on a Welsh beach after the possibility after removing it became a viable option. Whoever came up with that option is a joke. The National Trust Simmer said the popularity of the beach with tourists was putting pressure on the area, that this is part of the protected area. It is also home to large gray seals, harbor porpoise, and some of the largest population of seabirds in the world. Fans created a memorial to the beloved character at Freshwater West Beach, which is part of the protected conservation area where scenes in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 were filmed. Dobby is killed towards the end of the first installment, spoiler, and is buried upon a dune overlooking the Welsh Beach.
I know.
The beginning of the second film features a scene showing the elf's grave marked with a tombstone that reads, "Here lies Dobby, a free elf." Since the final film's release in 2011, fans have trekked to the beach to lay tributes to the fictional character. Many leave pebbles with messages such as "R.I.P. Dobby, we love you, Dobby" written on them. Fans have also left thousands of socks in honor. I knew it was socks in honor of the iconic house elf. The socks are a reference to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, in which Harry tricks the Dobby Zen master Lucius Malfoy into handing the house elf a sock, which then frees him from servitude.
Wow.
It just sucks that the writer is not as good of a person as her stories.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If
It
only
really
for
does
me.
sucks. Come on. Come on. I'm going to show myself out, guys.
That's a good one. That's
You know, as much as I want to, I can't hate
Can't on it. It's good.
100%.
Good.
So I'm gonna hate 75%.
Well, I think it's really cool. I will say, as much as my hatred for Harry Potter has shined through many years of this program,
You
I
hate
think-
everything.
I think this is cool. I think this is awesome. And I'm glad that they kept the shrine up for Dobby because I enjoy the character of Dobby. What a good guy. Always looking out for
Do
Harry.
you relate?
Hmm?
just friends.
What? Do you relate to Dobby is what you ask me? Do you?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Annabelle, as our resident Harry Potter expert, you've met Radcliffe many of times.
Wait,
What do you think of
what?
this? Do you not
Yes.
know?
No.
Oh, come on.
Sing secret. I didn't know she met
This
Harry
isn't a
Styles and the
secret.
rest of One Direction on their
Oh.
first trip until the first general meeting when she decided to flex on everybody.
You know, you have to show people the possibilities. And so, yeah, I work with Daniel. We did Harry Potter radio at Sirius XM. So where were you? Yeah, honestly. So yeah, so we work with Daniel. I think it's cute. I mean, I think Harry Potter fandom it's there's so many things to be fans of that are not like decent, like TikTok.
Oh, your favorite.
So yeah, my favorite. So to me, like just to have a character like that one, where like I don't know about you guys, but like I'm an adult, and when Dobby gets handed the sock, I'm like full on tears. I'm like, this guy is finally free from these evil masters. So I think it's cute. I do think that is a problem if people are leaving socks and trash on a beach, though, because I grew up in a beach and tourists be mean to the beach, you know. And so I think that it's okay to leave, I don't know, the little messages on the stones. That's okay. Stones, beach, but socks and the ocean, probably not a great idea.
Let's not leave our socks everywhere, guys. Let's leave them on your feet or put it in the laundry basket. But that is indeed the ending of the world's greatest program on earth. I mean, guys, this was an excellent show. Great time to be alive. On 90.3 WMSC from Montclair. Guys, this has been the Morning Buzz. Annabella, could you hit the little green button for me?
You bet.
Bye, guys.